All right, first time going live at the desk, so hopefully this comes out right. I've got the green screen behind me, but obviously nothing playing on it right now. I wanted to make this video talk about some of the stuff that I've seen online. I've been watching a lot of MTG Finance videos from different people, and I'm not going to call anybody out on these, but I just see what is, in my opinion, a lot of the same information just parroted from channel to channel and no evidence given for what they're telling people to do, right? So somebody will get on their channel, they'll make a video, they'll say, hey, this is the best MTG investment advice possible, and then they'll list a bunch of things that they recommend you do because, hey, that's the best thing that you can do to invest in MTG and to make money in MTG. And in my opinion, a lot of that information is just plain wrong, right? It could serve some people who are interested in investing in a particular way in MTG, but it's not what I do. And it's certainly not what I would recommend to people who are looking to make money on a consistent basis in MTG, in Magic the Gathering Finance. And by making money, I don't mean parking your money in cards and watching the value of those cards go up and then you say you're making money, because until you sell something you haven't actually made anything, right? So everybody who was sitting on product last year when prices went through the roof and collectible prices were extremely high, we've seen some cards fall 50%, some reserve list cards fall 50% or more from their all-time highs. You didn't make any money if you didn't sell at the high, and now your collection is worth significantly less than it was before. So I'm going to cover a couple of things that I see people talk about in these videos, and why it's not right for me, and then we'll just go on from there. So uh, anyway, one of the most popular things I see people talk about is invest in alpha. So anything that's an alpha card, you could invest in. Hey, what's up, Fahrenheit 4051? Thanks for stopping by the channel. Appreciate it. And for, the advice given was alpha is so rare, the print run was so small that is honestly what you should be investing your money into, because there's never going to be another alpha set. And those things are true, but again, until you sell that alpha card, you're not actually making any money. You're just using it as a store of value. And I do think that the older sets, the Four Horsemen, those are wonderful sets to park your money, kind of like gold. Those sets are a good store of value, kind of like Bitcoin. You put it in there. Sometimes it will go up, sometimes it will go down, but over time, it should go up, right? So you may see dips, and as it climbs up, you may have uh, certain periods of time where it dips pretty strong, but always recovers and always goes higher. So if you're looking to park your money for long periods of time and then get out, that's fine. But people talk about it like you're going to make a ton of money investing in alpha. Depending on what you pick up in alpha, one, common cards and uncommon cards aren't in significant demand. And then the cards that are highly sought after, they're very expensive, and you're not going to be as liquid as you think you're going to be when you invest in these cards. Same thing with people who say, alpha, beta, unlimited, invest in those. Those are the best investments. It's a similar argument to the alpha argument. Very low print runs, and but you're in the same boat. Any card that's worth any amount of money, there's only a much smaller pool of people who are going to be able to afford those cards, and you're not going to be as liquid as you think you're going to be, in my opinion. Right? Reserve list, pretty much the same thing. Reserve list cards are great. You can park your money in reserve list cards. There are certain reserve list cards that are inexpensive and they do go up and down and fluctuate. So, um, you can buy them hoping that they'll go up to get out of them, especially, the cheaper cards. But the expensive cards on the reserve list, they're very similar to Alpha, ABU. One of the other things that I heard is that reprints are awful for MTG Finance, and and one person actually said that because of reprints, MTG Finance is dead. And I mean, it's not dead to me. Reprints are a lot of my bread and butter. I love reprints. Reprints are excellent. I I wouldn't be in MTG Finance, I don't think, if it wasn't for reprints, because reprints allow me to pick up cards that are highly sought after, in high demand, and played consistently, right? Nobody plays with their Black Lotus, right? Not, maybe some people do, but very rarely do people play with those very high end cards. People play with cards that are $40, $50, $80 cards all the time in their decks, right? They bought the card when it's $20, now it's $80, now it's $100, whatever it is. And new players coming into the market can't afford those cards. Those cards are very expensive. They're priced out of those decks. So when we have reprints, you have a bunch of people that are flocking into Magic, want those reprints, happen to pick up those reprints at a good price. And then as those reprints start to climb back up in price, I pick them up, hopefully as inexpensive as I could, as cheap as I could. You can't always pick up at the bottom, but as close to the bottom as I can get. And then I try to offload them as close to the top as I can get. I've got a video coming out in the next day or two that shows you one of my trades recently, where I show what I traded away and what I got in return. And it's the same philosophy that I've been talking about all this time, right? Get your cards, get them when they're inexpensive, buy low, sell high. So on your trades, as I've spoken about before, my trades go into my trade binder when they've reached a level where I'm getting a really good return on them. And if they're not at that level, they're not in my trade binder generally, right? And then I take things from people's trade binders that I feel are at a reduced price, have come down considerably, whether they're reprints or whether they're cards that have just kind of fallen out of favor with players, in the hopes that at some time in the future those cards will go up. So that one really struck me as very odd that somebody would think that reprints have killed MTG Finance, but it does not. It has not. It will not. And don't listen to that stuff. The other thing that I see all the time is that everybody gives you this advice, but nobody shows you results, right? Talk is cheap. You can talk a good game, you can tell people your opinion, but I see almost no channels who go back through and show you, hey, this is what I picked this card up for. This is what I sold it for. I've done that in several of my videos. I've got more videos coming out soon that will show you that exact thing. What did I pick it up for? What did I buy it for? What did I sell it for? So you're seeing actual results. It'd be easy for me to sit here on video and tell you, hey, I made a ton of money, or, this card, I bought this card at this price, and, it's up 700% or 500% or whatever it is. But none of the videos that I see, nobody's showing you that stuff. They're just telling you that that's the case, or they're telling you that it's a great idea and this is how they make all their money, and it really gets to me that nobody puts their results on screen. I don't know why. There's certain things that I may not talk about, things like how many copies did I actually get in total of a certain card or something, but I will absolutely show you what I picked the card up for, what I sold it for, etc. And I think the other thing that I see happen a lot is somebody does a video on hot cards, right? So their finance videos, they want to talk to you about, hey, these cards are super hot right now. This is what you should be getting into. And I look at those cards, and most of the time, the cards that they've selected, they've already been targeted. they've already gone up in price considerably. So they're basically telling you, hey, look, this card went up 20%, 15%, 30%, 50% this week, in the past couple of days, whatever. You should really pick up this card. Should you? Should you really pick up that card? I mean, if a card has gone up 50%, is it? Do you think it's still at the bottom? And I look at some of those cards, and I should have written down examples in those videos. I didn't. I just wrote this statement down that said, "Hey, people are picking cards and telling people to buy cards when cards are on their way up." That's a good way to lose money. It's the same thing with this stock market, right? FOMO hits people, and people are like, "Oh wow, this stock is getting really expensive. I should jump in because it's going to go to the moon." And they jump in at a high price, and the stock hits the top. And sometimes it comes tumbling down if it's a pump and dump or something like that. And you've bought, if not at the top, close to the top. And you needed to go way, way higher to get your money. So I look at these cards and I say, oh, people are recommending to buy cards when they're 50% higher than they were a week ago. You should have bought them a week ago. You should have bought them when they were down. You should have bought them when they were cheap. That's the objective, is to look at cards and find out, are they near their bottom? Are they at their bottom? Pick them up then. Cards that you think will go up. Some cards are never going to go up. Some cards go down. They never go back up. But that's the same thing with stocks, right? You're picking things that you think are going to be winners in the long run. Don't pick things that have a very low chance of success with a high chance of incredible returns. That loses tons of people lots of money every day. So and then the other thing I wrote down is side of fries, grilled chicken. Is okay. That's my dinner order for today. So that wasn't supposed to be part of the video, apparently. All right. Anyway, that's all I got. Peace. Catch you later.